Hey there guys, Josh, back to more Let's Play Pokemon Red. In the last episode, we beat the Poison Gym in Fuchsia City. I think it's the 5th gym. Relatively easily. I think we only used Lizard, and it wasn't too bad. I just used Dig, and I won. And then we also got through the east and west sides of Fuchsia City to get down towards it, and trained a lot. I think I gained, what was it, like 6 levels per Pokemon? It was a lot. And so this episode, we're actually going to make a little bit of progress in terms of story, but not as much in terms of distance. How much would I say? I would say about... I couldn't tell you. I don't remember. I don't remember this one specifically. But I know we're going to a new area right now, the Safari Zone. Now, with the Safari Zone, what I know about it is that there's a bunch of new Pokemon in this area. There's Nidorino, which I don't cut out for whatever reason. There's Scyther, Kangaskhan, Chansey, especially Chansey. But, as you can see, I'll just show it on screen, the Safari Zone's a little different. How it really works is that what you want to do is throw a Pokeball to catch it, is the main concept. You can't fight the Pokemon, you can't lower their health. So what you're going to be doing is throwing bait and rocks, or just running away if you don't want to catch it at all. If you throw a bait, it has a higher chance to stay, because they'll eat the bait, but they'll also have a lower catch rate, so it'll be harder to catch them. But if you throw a rock, they're more susceptible to run away, but it'll be easier to catch them. I know, it's weird. But here we go. We got a Scyther, which I do not catch. I try. I try once, because like, oh, it's a Scyther. Might as well try. But that's about it. There's not too much to the Safari Zone. I don't know how many different kinds of Pokemon here. I want to say about 15 to 20, give or take. Sorry, I'm just cracking my knuckles. But this area is required. You do have to come here. For a couple of things is HMO3 and the Golden Teeth, which is all the way at the end of the Safari Zone, but it's kind of like a maze, so don't expect to go there on your first time unless you're using this as like a walkthrough. Because you have a limited amount of steps in the Safari Zone. The Safari Zone only gives you about 500 steps before it'll just kick you out, because you gotta make room for other players that don't ever show up. If they have an appointment and they don't show up and they're like, well, I'm sorry I had to kick you out, well, you better be sorry, because apparently only one person at a time could be in the Safari Zone. So it is what it is. So you have 500 steps to make it to the end, and if you don't basically kind of, I want to say kind of hurry up, because if you know where you're going, you should be fine. I think I got to the end with an extra 150 steps. But if you don't know where you're going, you do want to make sure you're not going into any dead ends. You can pay, I think it's like 500 Pokédollars, to keep coming back and forth if you want. So you don't have to worry too much. And each of these areas are numbered, like Area 1, 2, and 3. As far as, I don't know if there's 4 and 5. But I know each area has their own sets of Pokemon. Like, you probably can't catch Chansey in Area 1, but you can catch it in Area 2 and not 3. Stuff like that. So this is where you get like the rough exotic Pokemon, kind of like an urban safari type of thing. That's basically what it is. So like I said, if you follow this video, so how to progress through the Safari Zone, we can get the Golden Teeth HMO3. It's right now, actually. And this works for all versions. They didn't change. They just changed how it looks. But the route I'm taking is the same exact route. And you know what's funny? I've never gotten this far in the original Red. Everything here is new to me. But I knew where it is, and I haven't played. I think I have Fire Red, I want to say. I think I have Fire Red. I do have Fire Red. I remember doing the Sevi Islands. And I beat it, like, earlier this year. But yeah, that's just about it. We already got to where we needed to go. We got TM32 Double Team, which I just tossed so I can get the HN that I need. And that's kind of about it with the Safari Zone. You can't actually leave unless you go back to the entrance or waste all your steps. In the remakes, you can click the retire button and retire, like you'd pause and it would say like retire right above the Pokédex option, or where the Pokemon, I don't know, but it would say retire and you could just leave early. But this, nope, you gotta waste the steps. It's just how it works. Couldn't tell you why. Now, story time. I was earlier today. Right now it's currently Saturday, 12:37 in the morning. Earlier today, I want to say about 12 hours ago. No, actually, I think it was about 12 hours ago, 11 and a half. 11 and a half? Yeah, 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Friday. I was recording this. I was recording, no big deal, but all of a sudden, my audio didn't save fully. I recorded the whole, 31 minutes, 32 almost, or about. I recorded the whole thing, and when I was saving the audio file, I was like, alright, cool, you gotta take my daughter to the bathroom, and then I'm gonna edit the video together, and then render it overnight. I don't know why I did that. And edit it overnight. Render it overnight, so it's good to go for Saturday morning. Well, I saved the audio file like normal, and I closed the video like normal, because I'm watching the video right now on my computer. That's how I do this. I play the game, I cut out I don't record extra stuff, and then I go back, So I'm watching the finished video you guys are seeing, and the difference between you and me is that I'm recording the commentary, you're listening to it right now, so that's how it works. But with the commentary, I put it in Sony Vegas, that's what I use, and it was only recorded I think it was 12-13 minutes. So I'm like, what happened? So I go back to the audio software, and I couldn't tell you. It only recorded 12 to 13 minutes. And I don't remember ever clicking any keys, and I might have clicked something on accident, because I was on my phone looking up certain, moves, and I might have clicked a key without realizing it. And so right now I'm not even touching anything. I got my phone right here, and I will look up stuff. In fact, I might as well get it ready right now. Is it? Yeah, it is this part. Don't you just love this music? So we get Strength and Surf. Surf I do teach to upset Derp, and Strength I also teach to upset Derp. Because with those two moves on him, it's really strong. Because Surf is a 95 power, 100 accuracy water type move, so it's way better than Bubble Beam. And then Strength is way better than, I think it was Tackle that was there? I don't remember. I just did it too. But Strength is an 80 power, 100 accuracy normal type move, so that's even, that's pretty dang strong. So I did teach them, regardless if it's on my main team, because I'm always going to have Upset Derp. The only HM Slave that I have, I think, at the moment is just Farfetch'd for Cut. And as far as I remember, Cut is only used at one of the last areas, and there's no there is trainers there, so I guess I can't say there's not. But that's how it works. There we go. So now that we conquered the Safari Zone, we're actually going to a new area, Saffron City. Do I go to Celadon? What happened there? Guess I'm going to Celadon. Oh, okay. In my original commentary, when I commentated this, I guess I just didn't notice me doing this. You want to make sure you want to go on top of one of the stores in Celadon and buy a lemonade, and you'll give it to the worker, and he'll be like, alright, fine, I'll share it with everybody, you can pass. So you can pass to get to this new area, which is Saffron City. I had to think about that for a moment. Yes, the famous Super Smash Bros. 64 stage was based off of this black and white thing. I'm thinking about it now, and it was in color, but I'm surprised how they determined what colors to use for the 64 stage. Because I don't think Gold, Silver, and Crystal came out at this time. Let me phrase that. When Super Smash Bros. Came out. In fact, let's look that up real quick. Because that is a good question. Let's see. Pokemon Gold release date. No, not just... I accidentally just typed in Gold instead of Pokemon Gold, and it just did not work out the way I wanted it to. So Pokemon Gold, Gold and Silver came out on November 21st, 1999. And Super Smash Bros. For the 64, the release date was January 21st, 1999. So, 10 months later. Yeah, so there's no way they based it off of those colors. Well, hold on. That's not true. I also doubt that they did that because I think Gold and Silver came out a year before us Americans got it. I want to say that's correct, and so that means it would have came out 3 months. See, that still wouldn't have worked because it would have been out in Japan. Smash Brothers. Either way, I doubt it. They do use the color scheme off of Gold, Silver, and Crystal because you do go to the city in Gold, Silver, Crystal. So, like I said, I doubt it. So that's just how it works. So right now we're in the fighting dojo next to the gym for this city. Now, as you can see, everywhere, Team Rocket is here again. They just don't learn their lesson. And here we are, about to pound them into pancakes. Oh, I want those Japanese pancakes. Those big fluffy ones. Those look really good. Too thick, though, if you get too many. So, you can't go to the gym in this town yet until you do a specific story event. But what you can do for a little bit of extra training is go to the fighting dojo right next to it, which isn't an actual gym, even though it says gym on top. It is no way required, but I'm showing it off just to make it a little easier on everybody who's having a little harder time. And I don't want to not show off optional stuff. I want to be able to, like, oh, here's a special event. Completely optional, but here it is. I don't want to skip optional stuff. I want to skip optional battles in this game specifically. Because as far as I'm aware, so Red and Blue and Yellow, or the Gen 1 specifically, because it was the first game, I'll give it this because it's the first game, is notoriously bad for having so many trainers. There is so many trainers. Like on the east and west side of Fuchsia, there's like a total of 50, give or take. You know, probably like closer to 40 to 50, but it's still pretty close. And that's just on 2 routes. You know, we got everywhere else, and there's so many. I know you need to train and all that, but there's so much. I think it would be different if there was more story happening, but because there isn't a lot of story to this game, you don't play this game for the story. I'm gonna tell you that now. You're a kid who leaves his town on a Pokemon journey and fights gym battles and defeats the Japanese mafia because he happened to be there. That's just about it. And a child did this. The police didn't do anything. Not even the adults. So, I don't play the game for the story. At least this game. I got Pokemon Sword and Shield. I thought it was really good. Everyone's making fun of it. It's like, oh, the animations are so bad compared to current generation. Or the older generation. It's like, I don't really care. You know, it is what it is. But where was I going with this? Oh yeah, you play this game for the gameplay, for the raising Pokemon. It was different at the time. And I never played Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow. I played, the first one I ever played, and I think I ever beaten, was Pokemon Emerald back on the Game Boy Advance. I got it for Christmas one year. I don't remember how old I was, but I remember I got it, and I was so excited. I booted up my Game Boy Advance, and I started playing it. And when my mom and dad were split at the time, my mom's boyfriend at the time lived across the street, but they're married now. It's my stepdad. So what we do is we spend Christmas at our house. We'd open the gifts, and that's where I got Pokemon Emerald. And I'd be playing it. They're like, all right, let's go across the street. And they're like, oh, come on, Mom, I got my Pokemon. Josh, I'll beat you. No, I'm kidding. And so I would go across the street, and I'd be playing Pokemon, but they get upset at me because you're playing. Stop playing your game, and everyone's opening up gifts. And I was like, but Mom, Pokemon. And it was the first one I ever played, and it was so much fun. And I still think Gen 3 is one of my favorites, only because of nostalgia. Emerald specifically. And then I got Gen 4 when it came out. I remember I bought, my brother got Pokemon Diamond. Pokemon Pearl. He bought a DS with his own money and Pokemon Pearl. And I remember was it Diamond? I'm pretty sure it was Diamond. I'm pretty sure it was Diamond. He got a pink DS because that's all the store had. I don't know where they went. And they had Pokemon Diamond, so that's what he got. And I remember he would play, and it's his. So I was like, oh, come the heck on. And so it was his. He got it. He played it. And I would play it when he wasn't like playing it himself. Like I would sneak it. But I obviously couldn't delete his file, so I would just start my own from scratch and then play for like an hour, and I'd be done. And I'd do the same thing over and over. It was just a lot of fun. And then I invested in my own DS, and I got Pokemon Pearl. And then me and my brothers would always play and trade together in battle, and it was a lot of fun. Then I traded in Pearl and I got Platinum, and then eventually I traded in Platinum and got Soul Silver, and then I eventually invested in my own Black and White 2, and I skipped X and Y for a little bit until I think after Sun and Moon came out. Then I got X and Y. I think I just got X. And yeah, the rest is history. I've been a Pokemon fan since the mid-2000s. Easy. So after we beat the Fighting Dojo, after the trainers and the boss man, he used Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. He's going to gift you either Hitmonchan or Hitmonlee, depending on your choice. You can pick whatever you want. There are Pokeballs up there. Now, I'd recommend Hitmonlee. I pick Hitmonchan just because Hitmonchan's cooler, in my opinion. Because it can learn elemental punches, like Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Mach Punch. Mach Punch hits first all the time, and the elemental punches are exactly what they are. Except the thing is, with the elemental punches in this game, up until Gen 4, believe it or not, Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and beyond, Hitmonchan sucked. Only because the elemental punches were based off of your special stat. Hitmonchan's a fighting type, who has a very low special stat. You want to use his attack stat, so you'd want to use like moves like Mach Punch, a punching move, stuff like that. So he's cool and novelty, he has good kite coverage, but he's not very strong. So I'd recommend Hitmonlee, where he has the kicking moves like Rolling Kick. I don't think Rolling Kick was invented, but argument's sake, Rolling Kick, High Jump Kick, stuff like that. You know, easy peasy. They are based off of I think it's Hitmonchan, Jackie Chan, and Hitmonlee, Bruce Lee, so I think it's pretty nifty. And now we're in Silph Co. This is the event I was telling you about to be able to access the gym. Now, smooth transition, cool beans. Okay, good, it's still recording my audio. I don't know what happened last time. I battled every single non-required trainer off screen already, so I already did all that, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm showing you right now the fastest way to beat Silph Co. If you don't want to, for some reason, you don't want to battle any of the trainers, and you just want to just beat the game, I'm showing you right now the fastest way to do it. And so, like, this guy right here, you could arguably say, oh, he's not required, he turns a lot. Yeah, he does, but, like, I think I did this run, this is my third try going through this area, because I wanted to make sure I had the area kind of memorized. I battled this guy every time. He moves, but it's not as much as I would say, so more than likely, you're gonna fight the guy. So, it's just an Arbok, it took me 25 seconds to beat him. So just battle him. Use a ground type move, he'll die. He won't even faint. He'll go right next door to the Pokemon Tower and he'll go faint. So now what you get the item is the card key. With the card key, you can open up all these locks. It's on the 5th floor, all the way in the south. And you can open all these locks and get a lot of these items. Like we got TM09, which if I can remember off the top of my head is Skull Bash or Takedown. It's Takedown, I can guarantee it. Takedown. Cool beans. I only knew that because this morning. Takedown is like a weaker Double Edge. Double Edge is 120 base power when Takedown is 90. So if you don't want to do a high damage, high recoil move, but you want the damage, you can use Takedown. Or if you taught Double Edge to one Pokemon, you can use Takedown on another. I was going to go down to that portal, but I realized, there's an item over here. I think you also have to open that? I don't know, I'm showing you the quickest way. No, maybe I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. Josh, just relax. You go to this portal, I think. Yep, there you go. If you took one more step to the left, then you would have fought your rival. If you wanted to fight him right now, you can skip ahead in like a minute or two. Couldn't tell you how long. But I am going to one section of the area, because I don't remember where specifically it's at, but I remember this area is locked behind a door. If you do go to it, it has 3 really good items. One you should get, even if you're trying to just beat this place as fast as possible, because the TM specifically is probably, arguably, the best TM in this entire game. We got a Carbos, which raises a Pokemon's speed. This next item is a rare candy, which boosts the level of Pokemon by 1. And this item is TM26 Earthquake, the strongest ground type move in the game. I immediately teach it to King because he needs a ground type move because he is ground type. And he needs that same type attack bonus. Because I already taught Lizard Dig, and I'm not teaching him another ground type. He's fine with Dig. And I take away Horn Attack for it, and it makes King very, very strong. I kind of wish I had... You could come here. I want to say... I want to say you could come here before battling... before battling Koga. You could. For all intents and purposes, as far as I'm aware, you could. I think the only gym you can skip reasonably until you get to the end of the game is Erica's gym, the grass one. Only because the HM it allows you to use is strength. And you need strength to get past the last dungeon. And I want to say it's strength. It has to be. It wouldn't make sense. And there's been times where I've seen let's players and let's players skip Erica's gym entirely until they get stronger, because if you don't have a fire type or a flying type, it could be tough, and depending on how high your levels are. Protein raises the attack stat for any of your Pokemon you give it to. So they skip it, and they get to the end of the game, it's like, I can't use it, why? And they missed Erica's gym, the 4th gym. So, you could totally do that. Because once you beat the 3rd gym and get to Celadon and all that, you could go after any gym after that, just about. No, I'm sorry. That's not true. You can go... I think you can defeat Silph Co after the Team Rocket hideout, and then... It's a weird order. You have... It is what it is. Just do it in the correct order. Just make everyone's lives easier. So here we are. We're at the Silph Co rival fight. Alright, Silph Co rival fight with Garrus. And he's going to have... Where are you at? He's going to have a Pidgeot. Level 37 normal flying type. With the moves Wing Attack, Sand Attack, Quick Attack, and Whirlwind. You do not have to worry about Whirlwind. Whirlwind does not work in this game on trainer battles. It's glitched where it's supposed to, but it's not. It only works in random battles. Like random encounters. So I use Speedy Boy's Thunderbolt, and that's it. Easy peasy. I one-shot almost every single Pokemon, except the starter. And next Pokemon is going to summon out is Growlithe. Growlithe is a fire type, level 38, with the moves Roar, Ember, Leer, and Takedown. As far as I'm aware, Roar works the same as Whirlwind, or in a trainer battle, it don't do nothing. So, you got a water type, you'll be fine. The next Pokemon he's going to summon out, I didn't even see it, but I'm assuming it's Execute. Yep. Level 35, Grass Psychic. Different weird dual combination there. With the moves Reflect, Hypnosis, Leech Seed, and Stun Spore. He can throw up a Reflect to make the defense of his team higher. Throw up a Hypnosis to put you asleep, and then use Leech Seed to gain health back little by little. But it has no real moves to attack you. Then it's going to summon out Alakazam, level 35, pure Psychic type with the moves Psybeam, Confusion, Disable, and Recover. If you don't take this thing out soon, it will recover half his HP with the move Recover. So you want to be aware of that, because if you do just chip damage, it can heal itself, and that's not always a good thing. And it can do that every turn if it wanted to. And his last Pokemon is Blastoise, level 40, pure water type, with the moves Bubble, Water Gun, Bite, and Withdraw. Why does it have Bubble and Water Gun? Come on. I got Surf. Why can't you get Surf? I one-shot every one of his Pokemon except Blastoise, because Blastoise, as a starter water type, is very, very bulky. It has really good defense, so... But that's kind of all it's got going for it. You don't have to worry about it one-shotting you. I don't think you have to worry about a lot of things one-shotting you. So I just have him at 420, and I just keep throwing up Mega Drains, because that's all I have to really do, and I win. He does about as much damage to me as I heal. So I'm not worried in the slightest. And one last Mega Drain. Oh, he bites me. I'm sorry. One last Mega Drain. Oh, he hurts my poison. I'm sorry. And that's how I win. If you couldn't take him out, you know, Toxic is always really strong. As long as you throw up a Toxic, you most likely will win. Because even if he heals, it does double the damage each turn. So it'll do 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, then 32, then 64, then 128, and 264. I think that's what it is. 250. I don't know. So yeah, it does. It'll do a lot. They won't survive for very long. So they're gonna go to the Pokemon League to boot out the Elite Four and become the world's most strongest trainer. Well, sounds like something I want to do now because you want to do it, and so I will. See you, Garrus. See ya in about 2 gyms. 3 gyms. Yeah, 3 gyms. Yeah. Yeah, you won't have to fight him until the 3rd, after the last gym. So when you beat Garrus, your rival, you talk to this guy right here. He's thankful for you saving him, and he gives you a Lapras. If you don't have another teammate and you need a good Water-type Pokemon, or something that to learn Surf, because you are going to have to Surf, required to get to the next gym. I'm sorry. The 7th gym. Lapras is super bulky. It is very strong with water and ice type moves because it's water ice type. And I believe it's level 25 or 30 when it gives it to you, so it's not too far behind. But, you know, it's something to consider. If you haven't battled all the trainers in the East and West of Fuchsia yet, Cycling Road or the Bird Pass is what I'm going to call it, then I recommend training up there with Lapras if you decide to use it. A water type Pokemon's always really good on your team, no matter what you're playing. So we have this one last line of defense for Team Rocket before we get to the main area, because Giovanni's waiting for us. Okay, he's been planning this from the beginning. He was at Team Rocket's hideout while Team Rocket was trying to take over Silph Company, and they were just waiting for his arrival. And so while we beat him, he ran over to Silph Company, because it's where all of his men are now. And we decided to go to the Pokemon Tower because their Pokemon there is terrorizing people. And then since we did that, Giovanni's just been kind of waiting for us. He knew we were coming, and so we set up all these defenses around. But it's not worth it. It's all in vain, and we're going to beat him just because Team Rocket's blocking the gym. That's about it, you know. If Giovanni wasn't here, and he didn't, you know, we don't beat him and they don't take out Team Rocket, then we can't win the game. So, you know, there's ways. Because you can't battle the guy and he'll leave, and he'll just be like, I ain't moving. Wow, how competent of you. So now we have this last Pokemon, Marowak, 32, ground type, with Bone Club as an attack. Bone Club is always really interesting. It's a move that hits, I think, twice. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking of Boomerang, because he throws it, and it hits, and then it comes back and it hits you again. But I just keep using Earthquake because King's Earthquake is super strong. And that's it. That's Giovanni's last line of defense. However, we still have Giovanni to take care of. He's not a joke. Alright, let's get something straight. However, I do switch out King for Upset Derp as my main Pokemon. Because he does rock 2 ground types. So I do want to make sure that I'm in the clear. I have done this before on a different version of the game. So, let's go to Upset Derp and then battle Giovanni. Alright, Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket. The final fight at Silph Company's president's office. He summoned out Nidorino, level 37 poison type, with the moves Horn Attack, Poison Sting, Focus Energy, and Fury Attack. The only thing as far as where you have to worry about this Nidorino is Poison Sting, not because of the damage, but the fact that it can poison you. The other moves aren't really worry about. Look at that. Fury Attack did 7 damage, and it was a critical hit. Another 7 damage critical hit. It just doesn't do enough. And so we throw up another Surf, just take it down. It's 1 out of 4 done, already 25% done, so that's it. As far as I'm aware, if you did happen to use the Lapras on your team, you want to go back and get it, you can teach that Lapras Psychic. It'll be good against his last Pokemon, Giovanni's. So now he's about to use Kangaskhan. Kangaskhan is normal type, level 35, with the moves Comet Punch, Rage, Bite, and Tail Whip. Now, only thing as far as more you have to worry about this Kangaskhan is Tail Whip and Bite. That's honestly about it. Because if it throws up a Tail Whip, your defenses are lower. And maybe Comet Punch because it'll hit you first. But that's about it. If it uses Rage, then you already won the fight. In fact, I already won the fight, and it didn't even attack me because he decided to use a Guard Spec. For whatever reason. And upset Dirt Girl 39. Now his third Pokemon is Rhyhorn, level 37 Ground Rock type, with the moves Horn Attack, Stomp, and Tail Whip. Only thing you have to worry about this is if it uses Tail Whip to lower your defense, and then Stomp or Horn Attack, because they're the same, but Water type moves or Grass type, either one, will one-shot it. Easy peasy. In fact, I probably should have summoned up 420 to get some extra health. Why not? And now his last Pokemon is Nidoqueen, level 41, Poisoned Ground type, with the moves Scratch, Tail Whip, Poison Sting, and Body Slam. Same thing, Tail Whip, Body Slam is all you have to worry about. However, it's a Ground type. Water type moves, easy peasy. If you also have a Ground type move because it's super effective against Poison, that'll work too. But we defeated Nidoqueen. Upset Dirt gave 1700 experience, and we defeated, again, the leader of Team Rocket, Giovanni. Blast all, you ruined our plans for Silph, but the Team Rocket would never fall. Joshua will never get Pokemon exist for Team Rocket. I must go, but I shall return. Okay, buddy, sure. I already bested you twice and I'm 12. Let's talk to the president. Thank you for saving Silph. I will never forget you saved it in our moment of peril. I have to thank you in some way. Because I'm rich, I can give you anything. Here, maybe this will do. Joshua got a Master Ball, which consists any Pokemon without fail. More on that later. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Josh, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.